Hey, how's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday. Freaking Stream Deck, man. Just make things more easy for me, please. I feel like the music is barely audible. My settings are all destroyed. That's good enough. All right. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Happy Sunday. What's up, Tinking? What's up, Frogly Master? Happy Sunday. Hopefully you're having a good day today. We have, well, I have a good 2 chapters to read because I missed last week. Life is happening, so I wasn't. Ooh, that's really cool. Life is happening, so I wasn't able to read last week, but read them both this week. I like this. That looks cool. And what's up, Madman? This gives us a visual. This gives us a visual of what Shoto's power looks like. I like it. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. That's a cool visual. I can't wait till that's animated. Half of it's fire, half of it's like white fire, like cold fire. That's really freaking cool. That's really cool. All right, I'm not recapping or anything. I'm just gonna get started. 353. It's called Endeavor. It's titled Endeavor. Wow. All right. He hit him with the Aegir. However you pronounce it. Look at this. Look at this. He's down. Dobby is down. Zoom in. There's a lot happening. Wow. Have I seen the villain manga trailer? I have not. Madman. Who is this? Sorry. I can't imagine how painful that must have been, but he pulled it off. The boy did it. Shoto beat the blue flame. That's like a victory. People are yelling out in proclamations. What is this? Following Shoto's footsteps. This big guy is the last one standing, really. There are 3 covers with Shoto, and each one you can see how his power control gets better. You should see it after reading. I'll look it out. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Wow. You know what? And I feel like when this is animated, this arc in particular, you'll be able to feel the frenzy that possibly that's happening with everything going on. Since we're like reading this week to week and it's like panel by panel, it's like we can feel like how tense things are, but we've been like getting like these very isolated events, and we haven't necessarily been seeing a lot of the commotion that's been happening outside of like our focus on Toga and Ochiko, our focus on Dabi and Shoto, our focus on Deku. Like, I feel like once this is animated and all the commotion that's happening around, you'll be able to feel the frenzy a little bit more. It'll actually feel like it's just nonsense happening all over the place. This like war might be a nightmare to animate, if I'm being honest, because there's so many people in every single like scene and frame. It might be nightmarish. There's just so many bodies. All right. This big guy's the last one standing. Overwhelm it with everyone we've got. We've got the advantage in numbers. Good thing Twice isn't here. Only because our block got the lucky draw back there. Think about Kunida or Gashly. Gashly. It'd be a totally different story if we were dealing with Tartarus escapees like them. Since we got so lucky, we gotta spread some of that luck around and even the playing field. Excuse me. The news from Kamino Ward's Ground Zero reached Tsukauchi's team in the command center. Get All Might. All Might's going through it. Todoroki, kid. It was a rocky start with Midoriya warping to the wrong spot, but this victory feels like a good omen. Spread the word, All Might. Okay. Wow, look at this panel. Oh, it's been a minute. I'm looking at this guy since we've seen him. All right. Jakku Hospital ruins outside Gigantomachia. I like saying Gagan. Gigantomachia's detainment facility. All squads heard the good news. Look at the slime monster from the beginning of the series. I'm trying to see if I can recognize absolutely everyone in this panel. No. Sounds like Todoroki got the job done. Nice. Seeing familiar faces from Class B. Excuse me. Look at Mount Lady. The way he's got his head in the clouds had me worried for nothing. I love that kid. We had the sneak attack all set up. Why are they here ready for us? Ah. It was all a ruse on their part, pretending to be scattered and without unity. But they had several dozen heroes stationed here, prepared to go on the defensive, excuse me. They must have foreseen that our detached force would try to steal back this powerhouse during the operation. If he gets a loose, it's a wrap. However, they've squandered their resources. The era of liberation is at hand. These purveyors of falsehoods will be crushed beneath our boots. Oh my gosh, you're filthy. Just like that UA school teacher. He's filthy. He's filthy. He's filthy. Wow, you got... All right. This chapter introduced more fights and fighting arenas that are gonna happen. Than we already knew. Yeah. It makes sense though. All right. Sorry I'm late. Red. The escort mission's done, Pinky. Let's do this, people. Yeah, he was one of the guys in the last panel that we saw of Midnight Alive. Yep. He's filthy. He's disgusting. Our very own Todoroki showed everyone what a dude he is. I really didn't. I actually got... No, I have a lot going on. I'm sorry. His design's cool. I recognize his design. I just didn't recognize where he's from. I do have a lot going on though. We gotta stay strong and hold this defensive line. National Takoba Arena. We'll have to celebrate his win when the battle's over. I remember people saying he'd be outmatched. I feel like a couple of us might have said that. All right, up in the sky, UA main building. We're back here. Okay. If he's not released, it'd just be like, I'd feel like that'd be a letdown. I feel like he has to get released. Didn't expect any less from you, Todoroki. All right. Who is that? What in the world am I looking at? Considering this matchup, it's clear that the priority with those cages was splitting up only the primary fighters on our side. As for dealing with us dregs, you plan to improvise on the spot once in battle. On what basis though? Trust? Hope, perhaps? Such things invisible to the eye coat this planet like an oppressive membrane. I feel like I've never seen this individual before, but we've possibly heard this individual by name. Look at all the spider lilies. What are you, some kind of alien? There are some heroes already spiked through with his power, yeah. Really? All right, let me continue. With the new villain. Okay, I had to go back for a second. I was like, ah! All right. This is about empirical utility and harm. None of those who've deceived him in the past have survived for long. Exceptions will not be tolerated. Okay? Because of dictator's failure, my turn never came around. But now I can demonstrate my utility to All for One as one of his assassins. So eventually, Midoriya was going to try to run up against this guy, Kunita. This would have been cool. This would have been fire. Design's pretty cool. Power seems nutty. Midoriya would have, yeah, I see down there. Midoriya would have tried to run up on this person. Okay, all right. And the dregs that I mentioned will all be coming after you unceasingly. Yuga Aoyama, the bat of Aesop. His design is really cool. Fair to see. Okay. Ooh, I see Spinner. I'm sitting here like, man, we're getting close to the end of this chapter, but then I'm like, another chapter. I have one. Dude. Hold on. Spinner looks, hold on, give me a second. Shoto took down Dobby. All right. It was a cruel duty placed on him, but he stood tall and faced it anyway. Shoji. How big is Spinner? Dude, what? I'm not going crazy, right? Like, Spinner looks like he's the size of like Gagan. Has Spinner always had this ability, or did he get bestowed another quirk? Even his, like, yeah, like he had to have gotten another quirk. Dude, he's massive. Wow, Dobby lost. No chance in hell. This has gotta be information warfare. Yeah, that's all it is. Like I need any of that crap. Oh, so they took turns getting quirks. Interesting. Look at him. He looks so creepy. All for One looks so creepy. He looks like the creepo that's offering little kids candy. That's what he looks like. He always had everything. A reason to live on. A goal. Power too. Things I lacked. Wow. His convictions could never fail him, right? Everything. Placing the word everything in Spinner's mouth is just like really, really cool. It's a really neat detail to do. All right. Dude, he's a behemoth. They locked up Kurogiri, but we're taking him back in order to destroy the status quo. Look at him. Look at him. For Shigaraki's sake. For our sake. All for One looks like he could play for the Detroit Demons. To demolish the system that oppressed us. Todoroki. I'm so proud I made it into your class. We're finally getting some shoji shine, man. Love it. If this is a new design for Ida, I'm loving this too. Face mask but no helmet. I like it. This looks like Midoriya's head. I'm sorry. Your engine stalled, right? Sorry. You have nothing to apologize for. How is he still alive in this state? He's still alive. Unless he goes supernova and just burns up. Wait a second. Wait a second. That's his chest. And of course, word reached here too. Gunga Mountain Villain Ruins. Ah. What does that face imply? Eat a swag Jack in Midoriya, I see. Affection? Grief? Here it comes. Don't listen. Don't pay him any mind, Endeavor. You refuse to take a good look at Toya, foisting the task onto little Shoto instead. That must have been your decision, right? And you justify that choice by being here? This Dabi fight's not over. It can't be. Heroes just have so much to protect, right? Here comes the mind games. This is why you lose, number one. That's fire. I'm not gonna lie. That's fire. That's fire. I hate All For One, but this is a dope panel. This is a freaking dope panel because even in this helmet, just how the helmet's designed, it just looks like it looks like you can see him smiling. You can see the sadistic smile on his face. This is fire. You got the spikes. You got, I'm gonna assume, what is this, fire? Is it water? Wind manipulation? Whatever this is. Whatever that is, that's dope. That's dope. That is dope. Yeah, Dabi's getting up. If he's got regeneration, that's crazy. And it's just not kicking in yet. Dude. All right, let me continue because we got 354. We got 354. I can keep reading. This feels good. This feels good. What did Tate Man see in a panel? You can see him tinking or something. Hold on, let me go back. What panel are you talking about? Let me start from the back and go. Oh, look at that volume. I love it. I need it. I don't remember seeing this volume cover. Wow. That's dope. All right. Let me go back. What's going on with this? I'm pressing left and it's taking me right. He did notice something. You're right. You're right. Sero did notice something. I don't know what he noticed, but he noticed something. Things are gonna get shaky, man. Things are gonna get shaky. Things are gonna get shaky. Think he's keeping an eye out on the cage up in the air. It's probably about to start coming down. Are they in the same place? Where are they located at? They're the National Takoba Arena. That's where I'm gonna assume where these two panels are taking place. The National Takoba Arena. Is that UA up in the air in the background of that? Is this UA up there? No, that's just the explosion coming from there. And that's debris. I don't think he's keeping an eye on that. I think he might have noticed something. Or it might be something. Or Was Cyril one of the individuals that might have said he could be outmatched? That's why he has nothing to say, because Todoroki ended up winning. Is it one of those things? I don't remember exactly if we got to see what Cyril said, but could it just be like one of those? It could either be like he's noticing something, or he's one of the people that said that Shoto might not have a chance. And now that he's yelling this out, Sugar Rush, I don't remember his real name. He's one of the only heroes I don't remember his name. Now that he's saying this, it's kind of like a flash cut to him, like, I was one of them that said it. It could be something like that. I don't know. Kunida, dope design. I need to know exactly what the quirk does. Dope design, though. I need to know what his quirk is, because I would love to learn what his quirk is, because Midoriya, if he would have beaten Dictator, Midoriya was gonna fight him next. So I need to see like comparing all of Midoriya's quirks, how that would have worked going up against this dude. I need to see it. Come on, Hori, give me some stuff on his quirk. All right, 354. Let's continue. All right. All For One has one glaring weakness. Oopsie daisy. It feels like he's about to flip the script on us. His life support mask. If it wasn't obvious enough. The data from Stain confirmed that he took his whole rig with him during the prison break. Yes. It's clear that he can't function without it. Or maybe he's putting on airs. Surely the man himself knows that better than anyone else. Standard practice would be to hit him with sheer numbers, except that this guy can steal away quirks, right? No way are we gonna let him take out our valuable fighters and give himself a boost. I'm glad that Hawks' wings are growing back. We were very that was a very big thing we were worried about. He controls Spider Lily, right? Don't they symbolize final goodbyes in Japan? Yes. I think he controls the Spider Lilies because they're all growing. Those flowers are poisonous to some level. Do you think smoke screen possibly could work effectively against it? Could you blow away like the spores maybe? Who knows? Maybe he makes, well, that'd just be like Mushroom Girl. Maybe he can make spider lilies grow out of you. But isn't it in in another series? What series is that? Where that's Promise Neverland. Like they would stick like the spider lily flint inside of a person, and it would suck all the blood out of them. Could it be something like that? Endeavor and Hawks are not beating All For One by themselves. Let me finish 354, and then we could go back and just really dig into looking at every panel. Let me read, and then let me go. All right. Endeavors and Hawks are not being All For One by themselves. The number 1 and number 2 versus All For One? I don't know. What if he's like Poison Ivy? Ooh. I don't know. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think Endeavor, fantasy matchup, Endeavor, because right now neither Endeavor and Hawks aren't at 100%. Like they both have grave wounds and injuries that they're still recovering from. Endeavor at his best and Hawks at his best versus All For One right now. All For One beats them? That's a question before I keep reading. Does he beat them? I think so too. As it stands right now, I feel like the only individual, if we took All For One in his prime. If we took All For One in his prime, the only individual in the history of the My Hero universe that could be All For One in his prime is Endeavor. And not Endeavor, it's All Might. And that's crazy. Because even All For One in his weakened state, there is no All Might. There's only a Midoriya around. And I think right now, I don't know, because Midoriya is kind of ruthless right now. If All For One right now versus Midoriya right now, I still think All For One gets that dub because he might mentally get Deku. Deku might think too much, and then he just might snap. Realistically, Endeavor might have to pull a Deadpool versus the Marvel Universe and just incinerate All For One at molecular level. So a kamikaze attack, I think so. Go Supernova, possibly. Endeavor couldn't do anything to him at Camino. That is true. Well, he shot was like a couple fire blasts, and then All For One did something. Excuse me. But yeah. I think All For One has been designed that there's only one individual could be All For One. That's what it feels like. Because even if I'm sitting here thinking like, am I on drugs if I say that if you subbed out Shigaraki and you put All For One in the fight against Star, he beats Star? Am I on drugs? You think Star pulls that battle out if it's not Shigaraki? I think Star might get that one. I don't know. I feel like All For One might edge Star just from battle experience alone. Because Shigaraki, like, All For One wouldn't make the mistakes that Shigaraki would. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna chalk it up like that. No way. I feel like it's just battle experience alone. I don't think he'd let that happen. I feel like as it stands, it's hard. He's hard as hell to beat. He's hard as hell to beat. He's a tough out. All right, let me read. Because I got these two. That's true. All right, so it'll be me and number one, the strongest small team, hitting him as hard as possible with our combos. Look at that fist. That's cool. Look at that fist. And you know what's even cooler? Hawk's having real swords. Ignoring me? How rude. Flicking him off. He's flicking him off using this power. Hell curtain. Woo! Look at that. Oh, look at such obvious tactics. Come on, zoom in for me. Such obvious tactics over and over. All right, turn the page. What's next? From you, the man who used to be fast. Wow. This is the one thing with All For One. When he's on page, like his gift of gab, his mouthpiece is just gonna keep going, and it's gonna sound great too. Wow. Since Recovery Girl's efforts couldn't bring you back to your prime, your few remaining feathers need aid from prosthetic ones to bring you up to even this speed. Okay, so he's never gonna recover. Is that what we're saying? He's never gonna recover. He's never gonna be what he was. So he kind of is like Archangel. Kinda, just a little bit. I know that was one thing you were saying, Dexter. So we're both crippled, huh? I need to get a good look at him, because before I just thought he had little thin wings. But those are his wings. I need to get a good look at Hawks again. All right, let me look. Because Endeavor's... Look at that. Look how big that fist is. We can't have our fighters down below getting hit by the sort of shockwave that took out a chunk of Camino. Keep the action close and finish him with point-blank attacks. All without letting him touch us. Vanishing Fist. Ooh. We haven't seen this in a minute. He's blocking though. He's blocking. He is blocking. The intense heat passes right through my hard flame fan. I can't reflect it with impact recoil. And Hawks won't give me an opening to strike back? Huh. But Hawks, what? What you got? What you got? What you got? Your timing doesn't quite match up. It almost seems like Endeavor's heart isn't in it. This I can't stand All For One. He's too good. Your timing doesn't quite match up. It almost seems like Endeavor's heart isn't in it. Let's keep this up, Hawks. We're landing damage on him. He doesn't have anything like hyper regen. Look at this. Look at the battlefield. This is just carnage. This is just destruction and carnage everywhere. Behold, Endeavor. Everyone is fighting so hard to fulfill their role. Even the novices among them are focused on the battle at hand. So why does it feel like your head is somewhere else? Maybe because your masterpiece mopped up your failed experiment. Aren't you delighted? Yep, he's in his bag. He's in his bag. He's provoking you. Just like he did to All Might and Camino. Think back. You should know. For ages now, I've had my eye on your twisted longing for power. And the thing about me is, when I come across fertile ground, I can't help but sow seeds. This guy. This guy. Dude. This guy. Let me zoom in. You never did find Toya's body, did you? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hawks is like, for real? Hawks is like, yo. He's like, this is like an unseen error. He still had such a nasty card to play. A man living on in order to atone. Can't just make a clean break the way I did. It's obvious. Right now, he could not have fought and beat Dobby. That's why I gotta be here to support him. The comparison, Hawks made the comparison back into Camino with All For One trash talking him. Like All For One trash talk All Might into a reaction. And he's doing the same thing to Endeavor. He's trash talking him into a reaction. But the thing about All Might is All Might had someone like Gran Torino, which is like, what, damn near 50 years of a relationship together? Because All For One had, I'm stopping at a very terrible spot. Let me shut up. All right, your duty right now Your duty right now is taking down All For One without delay. So keep a cool head. And he's going crazy. He's going crazy. He's going crazy. This man said, oopsie daisy, as he rips a chunk out of him. Is it his arm, though? We see this right here, but did he take his arm too? We don't get to see his arm anywhere else. Yo. This is dope looking, though. That is dope looking. Yo. Now for you. Can you dodge at this range? Nagant's replacement? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now it looks like his arm is still there. It looks like he's grabbing like this. He's about to take his quirk. No, I can't dodge. But if nothing else, Endeavor can use Prominence Burn. So if I keep him alive, what are we doing? Sacrifices? We gonna sacrifice ourselves, Ox? Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, that's clean. Wow, that's clean. He was done. Hawks was done. He was done. Heartbeat. He was done. It was a wrap for him. It was a wrap for him. I never thought I'd be happy. Look at the carnage that's going on down here. I never thought I'd be happy to see these two, this unlikely duo, flying in right here. I'm so serious. All right, next panel. Whoa, whoa there. Keep it steady. I'm not used to flying, goth duo. Yep. I'm barely holding it together up here. You must endure, Airphone Jack. And if you don't mind, keep your rear end still or risk flustering me. Oh, shut up. Toko Tsukuyomi and that Class A girl. Keep back. You've got no place in this fight. He'll slaughter you. Are we serving some children up to get their quirks stolen? I may be a poor substitute for Endeavor himself, but you and I are also capable of teamwork. The pesky gnats that swarm about one for all. In the old comic I used to read, there were jobber characters who only existed so the Demon Lord could show what he was made of. How about you save that line until you've actually beaten us? All for one? So I love Jiro with my heart's content. I love Tokoyami with my heart's content. Someone's not making it out of this. No, someone's not getting out of here alive. Someone's not getting out of here alive. someone's not getting out of here. You know what's also crazy? This is why I try not to get hyperbolic when reading manga, reading chapter by chapter, week by week. I try not to get hyperbolic, and a lot of people do end up getting hyperbolic. They just see what's in front of them and they go crazy and they can't think of the future. And like after, like I'm perfectly fine with the Dabi fight ending where it ended with what Shoto did. If it ended right there, I'd be cool. But with just how it literally, what it really felt like was everything was very individual. Everything was very individual. And it's just like here a battle, 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 here a battle. And literally in these last 2 chapters alone, like you literally feel like there's like everyone's in a frenzy. It really feels like just all out war. It just feels like a bunch of people out in the middle of a field just fighting. That it feels like old school war. That's what it feels like. Like it feels like war from thousands of years ago with just a bunch of people just running at each other in an open field, and just whoever's left at the end of the day standing, that's who won. That's what it really feels like. You're just, and it's like we have like center stage, like the big battles are happening up here or over here, and now like even in these fights you're looking in the background and you just see bodies and blasts and explosions and people. And it's like when this is animated, you would almost want it be distracting. It would be distracting because you would constantly just hear yelling and screaming and explosions during these fights. It's like, how do you direct this? Right? It's like, how would you direct this? Because if you don't include any of that background noise, you might lose the effect of everything that's going on. But if you include the background noise, it's just like, how do you get the focus on these characters right here in front of your face? I'm glad I got to read both of these chapters like back to back. Dog. How many more Uno reverses does All For One have? How many Uno reverses does he have? I think he's got like 3 or 4 left. Because it feels like every time he gets into a 1v1 against somebody, he has a trump card. He can say something that'll just completely throw you out of your element. If I were the director, I'd take a page out of Game of Thrones. They're really good at showing how dynamic a battlefield can be, while also focusing on the key fights. The direction for like battle sequences in that series is like, I can't find of another series that has done it better. I'm like, like this final arc is approaching like nightmarish levels of adapting. So Jiro got junk in the trunk. And this final arc is approaching like nightmarish levels of adaptation. I feel like Tower of God is like the most, it feels like it's unadaptable. Like the more I think about it, the more I try to talk my way through it, the deeper you get into season 2, the more it feels like it's unadaptable. Like it would cost too much money to adapt it the way that it should be adapted. Horny jail go. I've been really thinking about it the last couple of days. Like Tower of God feels like a series that's just unadaptable. If you tried to adapt it, you wouldn't do a good job. But if you literally, I'm like being serious, like it would cost too much money. You wouldn't be able to structure it the right way. Seasons would end on unhyped stuff. And My Hero is still a shonen, so it's gonna get done. But this just like how Horus set up this final war battle, this war arc. Like, it's just like logistically, like, how the heck do you adapt this? Like, it's easy in manga format to do this because you can just do a panel like this, right? You can just do panels like these. You could do a panel like this. Let me switch over. Like, you can just do a panel like this where you just show the battlefield. You can just pop a panel of like kids fighting. How the heck how would you like direct this? I have no idea, because we're only seeing these panels like this. And actual fights, like, these people are not going anywhere. Like, if you really look at the logistics of how this is set up, you really look at the logistics, all they're doing is fighting above them. They're in the air flying above them, above this battle. And they don't seem like they're extremely high in the air. They're pretty high, but they're not extremely high. Like, in any swooping motion, if you were to get a glance at the ground, you should see people fighting. In the whole Dabi and Shoto fight, there should be people everywhere. Granted, it's like flames everywhere, so people are buffeted by the flames and getting pushed back. But you should see people all over the place. Like, and with the spinner stuff is going to be nightmarish because there's people everywhere. He's leading an army. I think season 6 is going to end on Deku leaving. Season 7 is going to be 13 episodes and end on the start of the second war. And season 8 is this war. So if I really had to sit here and think about it, we haven't done this in a while. If I had to sit there and guess, season 6 is... If I were to do season 6, I don't know. I'm trying to think like the order of events. The second to last episode. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I haven't done this in a while. I'm gonna hop over to the wiki and look at the story arc, because like I can get in my head and not actually think about it. Hold on, let me look at the story arcs, and I feel like I might be able to plan this thing out, because I've been pretty spot on the last couple of times we've done this. All right, so the Paranormal Liberation War arc. So we are the Deep High Blue Sky. All right, so it's 54 chapters. 53, 52, 51, 50. So the war is 50 chapters. Right? The war is 50 chapters. And the Tartarus escapee arc. The war is 50 chapters. So if I'm doing this, what's the next longest arc? Because that's the longest arc to date. No arc has ever been that long. The Shihei Hasakai arc, 54 episodes, and they did it in 17 episodes. But this is leading back to what season is a season for encounters? That's the end of season 2. Right? I mean season 3, excuse me. It's the last episode of season 3. So 16 episodes for 41 chapters. 17 episodes for 41 chapters. If I'm being honest, you adapt all of the war from start to finish. The war is going to end episode 20. Episode 20. I'm just like being like very like basic. The war ends like the near high ends. The near high ends. No, I think we'll do 25 episodes. The near high ends carry Shigaraki away at the end of episode 20. You do the Tartarus stuff. You can do the Tartarus stuff. If there's another movie coming out, there probably will be a filler episode for the movie. So one, we have to count this. Episode 1 is going to be filler because it's required by the network that they're on. So episode 1 is going to be filler. So then we count 20 episodes. That puts us as episode 22. So you have 22, 23, 24, and 25 if we go to 25. You have 4 episodes left with things to do. If there's going to be another movie coming out, one of those episodes could be filler for the movie, just like how they've done before in the past. So that leaves us with 3 episodes. And those 3 episodes, what I would do is I'm trying to hold on. Let me do this. You end with muscular. Yeah. You end with the fight with muscular. It feels the Tartarus escaping arc is before Deku leaving. Yeah. You end with the muscular fight. I'm looking at these chapters. You end with the muscular fight and you end the season teasing Nagant. That's what you do. It works. It works. It's weird, but it works. It'd be weird to bust up the Dark Deku arc, but that's the only way you do it. Unless you it's either you do it that way. I would end with the muscular. I would have the last episode being Deku body muscular. That's what I would have the last episode be. And you sting us with the after credits for that episode with Nagant. Yeah, where are those 3 Shoto covers at? That's what I would do. Or you put filler in the war. That's what you do. You put filler in the war because there are definitely like you can add another story arc with some of the other class 1A kids. Do something else. It's either add filler in the war. That's not gonna feel weird because it's not gonna feel weird seeing more people fight. Or you end at the muscular fight. That's what I would do. Where do I need to? I'm gonna assume Twitter. So let me pull Twitter up. I can't wait for a superhero. Check out I don't know where to look. I don't follow any. I don't go. I don't know where to look. I don't know where to look. Where do I look? I don't go on Twitter and I don't follow anyone for my hero. Another freaking shooting? Are you serious? I'm tired, man. Like, seriously. It's on YouTube. Alright, what do I need to search for? Another one. Tennessee. Is it this? Hey, it's me. I don't want to look at myself. Hold on. I'll do this. I gotta mute it from the stream just so the music don't get clapped up. So sorry, y'all. No, that took away that music. I gotta do this. I think it's that. So if hold on, let me pause the music. Press play. If it comes through the stream. Okay, cool. How to run this back. The Shoto cover, the first Shoto cover is volume 5, I think. Got you. I can look at these in person. Tell me what volumes they are. It's the oh, this is the hero one. There's a villain one. Let me look at the hero one too. I haven't seen any of this. I hate Google Chrome, man. Frame pacing is terrible. Night eye, excuse me. All right. My friend, he's in my anime only friend that I told you guys about, has I don't know if he knows if he spoiled himself yet, but he's inadvertently spoiled himself on the Bakugo apology. I don't think he knows it. He sent me it and I didn't say anything. Because of, you know how it's all the Anya memes that have been going around from Spy Family, and they've just been replacing Anya and panels. Someone put Anya in Deku's spot. And he's like apologizing to Anya, and he sent it to me, and I'm like, I don't know. I didn't say it, but I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't think he knows what he's looking at. So I didn't say anything to like tip him off or alert him to it. And I'm just like, ugh, it's almost bad. He got spoiled on what Hagakure looks like. He did get spoiled on that, but he didn't get spoiled on Aoyama. I haven't seen the Star volume either. Wow. See, I'm glad I watched this. All right, so there's a villain one. It's on JP Anime. Let me just go on their channel. Here we go. Here we go. What's up with the quality, man? I'm about to abandon Google Chrome, yo. 480? 4K this joint out. Dude, there's some, like, I want the war to be like the best animated arc of the series. And I feel like since the war was so overwhelmingly successful and popular in Japan, I feel like they need to go all out. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I need this arc to be great. Like, I need it to be great. Because a lot of people's complaints that I've heard is, and it's the weird thing of like, it's hard. It's like, it's a shonen and it's a battle shonen, but there's not enough, to a lot of people that I've talked to, there isn't enough fights. Or there isn't enough like dope fights. And they feel like they've been bamboozled by My Hero. It's like the series started off with training in Deku and Bakugo, and then the USJ, and then it rolls straight into the tournament. It rolls straight. Wow, that's cool. It rolls straight into the tournament, and then there's nonstop fighting, and then the stain stuff is nonstop fighting, and then they do train, like even their their test is just nonstop. Oh, it's not done yet. Okay, it is done. And their tests are nonstop fighting, and then it just like you like it slows down. I'm like, well, I feel differently, but this is just like what I'm hearing. I need to watch this one again. I like the music in this one a lot. And then it just kind of like slowed down a little, and it's just like this war is just nonstop fighting for fighting's sake. I just need it to be. I need it to be like the best stuff. I do. I just need it to be the best. But the panel that I need, or not the panel, the shot I need from this series, you know how My Hero, every couple of episodes when a character gets brought back on screen, in the bottom corner like their name will pop up and it'll explain. They'll explain what's his face? They'll explain, like it'll be like their name and their quirk name, like in the screen in the corner or in the top corner or something whenever they show back up again. What I need is, I think I see the panel in here. Yeah, it's either this one. Hold on. I have to go back a little bit. I'm going to go back cuz I think I see it. It's just perfect. I kind of got what I wanted with the opening for My Hero from MVA, where it's just like the logo changes from My Hero Academia to My Villain Academia. But the shot I want in the anime when Shigaraki wakes up, when Exless just fumbles completely, after he dusts everything. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I could catch it. I need not this one, not that one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's the mental scape. Exless. It's this one. I need this panel. No, Japan, they really don't like the villains like that. It's weird. It's this panel right here. Hold on. This panel right here. I need this shot. When this is animated, what I need, because whenever Shigaraki's pop up, it's his name, Shigaraki, and his quirk is Decay. What I just need for this shot for it to be like the panel where he's standing up, the smoke is going, and it's Shigaraki, and it says all for one. That's it. That's all I need. It'd be the perfect moment to just pop his thing up on the screen and be like, yeah, this is him now. This is him now. That's what I need. That's it. It'd be perfect. No music, no nothing. Just the sound of everything happening around as he's standing there, and it says all for one on the screen. And it's just like, yes, this is who he is now. Yes, that's what I need. That's all I need. That is all I need. It's legit all I need. It'd be the best. It would be the best. I need one of the best tracks for when Dabi reveals himself. That has to be incredible. Has to be. We already know the anime. We already know. It's this thing where I blame Ufotable for this, because it's like with the big three, this is going across from the old big three to the new big three, even though there really hasn't been a new big three established, if we really want to talk about it. When it comes to like the anime adaptations, we always get the animation cuts that look great, like from the first half of season 5 during the class battles with Ida versus Mudman, where it's just like, why did they pick this scene to be this amazing? and you have the cuts like that, and it looks like the series, but it just looks like a hyper like animated this is Sakuga version of My Hero, and then it turns back into what My Hero is. And it's just like everyone has this mental image of what they want all of our series to be animated like. It's like the perfect example for me is Dragon Ball Super. And in the Tournament of Power, it's like every third episode you would have the good animation, and then it turned to garbage animation, and then it'd be okay, and then it'd get great again for a scene, and then turn back to garbage, then it'd be good, then it'd be great. And it's just like, it's not consistent. And Ufotable, right? This is like with Ufotable, whenever they take a series, it's going to look good in every single scene. Every scene is going to look good, and it's going to carry a uniform style. I feel like Mappa did the same thing with Jujutsu Kaisen, where even when you get into its high quality Sakuga moments of animation, even when you get into that, it still carries the same style. So it's not like you don't freak out and get like a little pissy when it goes from the crazy stuff to the normal stuff, because it looks the same. You can just tell like, oh yeah, they threw a little bit more budget to the scene. Now with Bones, I feel like Bones does a good job. Like My Hero looks consistent throughout all of it. It's very few spots where My Hero's animation goes to garbage level, in my opinion. I feel like season 5 is the exception, because that was like during the pandemic and all that stuff. Hard pressed getting like trying to figure out how you make an anime remotely. I'm glad I didn't have to go through that. Bones should just not pay taxes like Ufotable did, right? It's just like, I'm glad I didn't have to go through that experience of trying to figure out how to create an anime all remote. Like that has to be the most difficult thing. Like it has to be like trying to make video games over like remotely, like that has to be that has to be freaking nuts. But I feel like that's the season where you can just like, oh, that scene and that scene and that scene and that scene. It's just like, I put asterisks. It's like the pandemic. Anything from pandemic era went through hell trying to make it. We're lucky we got anything. We're lucky they just didn't. Like if it were me, I just would have hit the delay and we'll come back later. But they need that money. But outside of the Jujutsu Kaisen has a horrible dub. I like the dub. I watched the first 12 of the dub introducing it to someone else, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I can differentiate who everybody was. That's usually my thing with dubs, is if I can, because with English dubs, everyone always, like in a lot of series, everyone sounds the same to me. If I can differentiate who's talking, I'm cool. It's like I can tell the difference between Itadori and Sukuna from Megami to Gojo. If I can tell the difference between who the characters are, I don't care. I don't care about like I feel like it's a good dub. But yeah, I forgot what my point was with this. I was going somewhere. Ufotable. This was the whole thing. It's like Mappa getting into like the shonen, like grabbing like one of the main shonen series. It's just like, all right, like we know Mappa's capable of things. But what messes everything up is Demon Slayer. I don't even know how Ufotable got Demon Slayer. I don't know if they applied for it. I don't know how this works. But Demon Slayer getting Ufotable, and Ufotable literally just, that's the point. That's the point I'm making. It's like Ufotable messes it up for everyone else, because it's like you have these complaints a little bit, but the complaints aren't that big. Now that Demon Slayer is a thing, and in my opinion, Demon Slayer never looks bad. If anything, it looks great, and then it goes beyond great. Like Demon Slayer looks great, and then it goes into like the stuff that was happening in the entertainment district was better than Mugen Train, and Mugen Train had movie budget thrown at it. And it's just like, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why right? It's like they're gonna throw everything at Mob Psycho, because I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the last season for Mob. Like from what I know, there's like people were telling me there's not enough content for 12 episodes of Mob. So I feel like they're gonna throw everything at Mob. But that makes me feel like they possibly, if they're not working on Mob right now, they've been working on Mob. Which makes me feel like the whole thing with this season 6 of My Hero, when season 5 ended, they had scenes of the beginning of the war. Like they already had started animating the beginning of the war. They already had scenes of Endeavor walking and everyone, all the heroes walking through the hospital. Like they've been working on this for now, I want to say more than a year. So it's like, if they really wanted to crank this and turn season 6 into like something that's like unforgettable, this is the season to do it. This is the season to do it. I say all this to say, I hate and love Ufotable at the same time, because Ufotable raises the bar that is like unreachable. Like what Ufotable does with Demon Slayer is what Madhouse did with the first season of One Punch Man. It feels like they're cheating, and it feels like this isn't sustainable. Madhouse proved that it wasn't sustainable because the director was just calling in favor after favor after favor. And Ufotable probably gonna get into tax evasion again. So it feels like it's unsustainable. But the whole thing is like, is it unsustainable if you're gonna make all this money back in sales? Because trust me, I like Demon Slayer. I'm like, if I can like get the best quality for Demon Slayer, I'm gonna buy it. And I'm gonna take a physical disc and shove it into my thing, right? And shove it into my player and just have my eyes melt out of my brain. So that just leaves me like, if I'm being like completely honest, if all of season six looked as good as Demon Slayer, if better, if that's even possible, I don't think it is better than Demon Slayer, someone would still complain. There still would be a complaint. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Ufotable Mappa just has slaves, not workers. That's true. Sadly, slaves are better in animation than the workers. Yeah, we already know about like the workers that have quit that used to work for Mappa voicing out. It's bad. It's really bad. I feel like this war is this is the arc to throw everything at it. Like I've been fine. Like a lot of people are like, third movie was okay. It's this weird, like we live in this weird moment where, yeah, it's like, that's why I'm saying like Ufotable getting one of the main shonen series that was active and going messes the whole game up. It's like, yeah, you can keep Fate. Fate's not these series. Fate is Fate. They have this whole universe going on. It looks great. You stay over here. You're in your own lane. Right? You're in your own lane. But as soon as Ufotable got into the shonen lane, like, no, we're gonna pick one of the most popular shonen series and we're just gonna ball out. And it's just like, it messes everything else up for everyone else because now the bar is so high. It's like Fate, none of the shonen series needed to reach the level of Fate because Fate's not shonen, but Demon Slayer is shonen. So now I can directly say Demon Slayer looks amazing and My Hero looks trash, or Boruto looks trash, or Black Clover looks trash, or this series looks trash, or that series looks trash in comparison. It's just like you mess everything up. It's like, why did you guys have to go and get Ufotable? I'm glad you did, but why did you have to? It's like, I'm glad you did because we get what we get, but why did you have to go and get Ufotable? It's like, it's a decision. Like Demon Slayer getting how my brain works, Demon Slayer getting Ufotable to animate it makes Jujutsu Kaisen go get Mappa. That's what it feels like to me. It makes Jujutsu Kaisen land in Mappa's lap because we know that Mappa can give us a adaptation that's out of this world, and that's what you get for those 24 episodes. It's great. So it's like, and the whole thing is like Bones has the capability to output on the level of a Mappa or a Ufotable. But the thing is, it feels like Bones doesn't have access to the slaves that Mappa has, or doesn't have, like, Ufotable works on next to nothing. They work on little things here and there, but they're not like a studio that is cranking stuff out like Cloverworks or A1 or Bones or Mappa. They're not churning things out. They're working on Fate projects. And now Cloverworks is really doing a lot of the other Fate stuff that's not main series. That's not like the Fate Stay Night stuff, it feels like. If they're not working on video game like cutscenes or something like that, they're really not doing nothing. Demon Slayer is the only thing that they're really putting everything into. So, and we know that Bones, like a lot of, Bones doesn't have a lot of things that are on paper. Like there's some Untitled thing that they're still working on, which possibly, now that I think about it, wasn't this last year when we were looking at Bones's list of Bones had something scheduled that was supposed to come out for this year that had no name, no nothing. No one could think what it was, and it possibly was Mob Psycho. This was from like pandemic time, or a little bit like, or early 2021, where we were on stream looking at it. That possibly could have been Mob Psycho. Outside of that, Bones, they're doing movies. They just did Josie, the Tiger and the Fish. That was last year. They put that out. I think they're working on another movie. They're working on another series. They're working on My Hero. They're working on Mob Psycho. They have a few things that they're doing. They're not like Mappa, where Mappa has like 75 things coming out. Mappa legit has like 20 projects coming out this year. It's ridiculous. Not to mention the stuff that's coming out next year too. It's ridiculous. Bones is about to do what Period does and hire fans to animate certain scenes for cheap. I would love it if they did something like that. Period surprised me when they, like when Mob has Chainsaw Man, now they have Vinland Saga, another series, Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, go look at what Mappa's doing. Mappa's doing, they're finishing Attack on Titan. That's coming out start of next year. They have Chainsaw Man coming out. They now have Vinland Saga. I can't believe they took that from Wit. They have that movie, like that psychological movie that's supposed to be coming out, if it hasn't already dropped. They have Jujutsu Kaisen second season that's coming out next year, I'm pretty sure. They just finished doing Jujutsu Kaisen 0 like from last year. Not to mention all the other series that they've been doing. Mappa has series that are airing right now. In the spring season, they have series airing. Like, isn't that dance series, the dance something, isn't that Mappa? Like, they have I think that's Mappa. If it's not, forgive me. But they have every season this year, they have at least 1 or 2 series airing. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And each one of the series look good. So it's just like, what are you guys doing? Like, do you literally have people locked in the basement doing this stuff? And if it doesn't look good, you beat them or something, or you deprive. What's happening? What's going on? Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. All of this to say, I just want this war to look good. Yeah, and they all look good. That's what's crazy. They all look good. They all look good. Yeah, whatever they're doing, it's illegal, 100%. Like, whatever they're doing, it's not legal. It feels like it should be impossible to be doing with Mappa what Mappa is doing. But yet and still Mappa is doing it. It's ridiculous. I appreciate that Star is drawn in an American style. American comic style. It's a really cool detail. I just want this 6th season of My Hero to be great. That I brought up the movies and didn't go nowhere with it. Yeah, because of Ufotable. Before anime movies, like, no one cared about anime movies if they were good or not. Like, being honest, before Ufotable decided to make The Beauty of Outsourcing, it's not illegal in whatever region they're animating this stuff, probably China. That's true. Before Ufotable decided to do Mugen Train into a movie and make the movie canon. Who cared about anime movies? Every single shonen series had anime movies that weren't canon, that came out every year or bi-yearly or every couple of years. And if they were good, they were good. If people liked them, they liked them. If they didn't, they didn't. It didn't make you completely dunk on the series. Like it didn't. Now, it's literally now, since Mugen Train has become a movie that is canon, it feels like, okay, you're having a movie now. Oh, it's not canon. We don't care. It wasn't good. Whatever. Shit, like, it was a movie. Like, it's a movie. Doesn't matter if it's canon. It's a movie. If you want to go watch more content with these characters, go watch it. It's like no one cares. Like, it's like these. It's just like, it's a movie. It's like, it's a movie. It's a contained story where we're gonna take this character and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this. It's a movie. It's like it's a movie. It's just like, we don't ever hear people complaining about OVAs, and OVAs is just random stuff that just gets thrown into an episode that they weren't able to throw it into a season. I don't know. I would love it if, like, I like all three of My Hero movies. I do. It doesn't matter. Like, I like all three of My Hero movies. I would like for them, instead of them doing a movie every year. Has there been a movie every year, or is it every other year? I would like it if they did a movie every 3 years. So like a movie this year, no movie next year, no movie the year after. So like, it's 2022. You got a movie in 2025, and then 2028, and then 2031, stuff like that. But then we still get our seasons every year. Speaking in My Hero terms, all the EVA movies were a canon shonen. Are you talking about the Evangelion movies? Evangelion has like 5 different canons. So, are you talking about the Evangelion movies, or am I just misunderstanding? Like 1.1, 2.2, 3.3, 4. Is there a 4.4? Those movies took over a decade to come out. Like, there's like the mangas, like the anime has an ending that's different from the manga's ending. The manga's ending is different from the re-release. And then there's like the old EVA movies. And then there's the new movies that took like 12 years to come out. They all have different endings. Like, I remember watching the old anime, getting to the end and being like, this was different than what I read. Because I remember reading the final chapter of Evangelion. I want to say I was in my 2nd or 3rd year of college, and I was really confused. Let me grab the 4th volume. The 4th volume, you said, right? I've never watched any of those Evangelion movies too. I need to. We do care too much if things are canon or not. Ufotable was making the height of animation too high, which makes the lows lower. Absolutely. Can you look at Shoto cover and volume 4? You good old timer? I need to lose some weight. If I lose, I want to lose 24. I want to lose 40 more pounds. But if I lose some weight, all these aches and pains will go away. Is there a specific chapter? Volume 4 or volume 5? Because volume 4 is just all the kids. Volume 5, okay. I could have just spun the other way. I'm an idiot. Volume 5. So this one. Why is there 10 people? I'm not doing anything. Go enjoy your Sundays. This was the tournament, volume 5. Pretty cool. Did you figure out what did you ever figure out where the second one was? Like, we have this one. $53. Go. This. We have this one. Pretty cool. Let me do this. No, I haven't. I'm just gonna do this really fast. You know who has really cool volume covers? Black Clover. Black Clover volume covers are dope. All right. Let me open this in a new. Here we go, and we'll be able to zoom in. So, okay. No, so this is up to volume 29, and the only one that has Shoto on the cover. Bleach covers, but Bleach isn't it. I feel like Kubo's art is better than all of their arts. Like, well, that's very biased. My favorite mangaka as far as artist goes, Yusuke Murata, that's like a given. Like, if he's not in your top, you're on drugs. Kentaro, his art is incredible. For me, Ishida Sensei, and Kubo's art for Bleach to me is just incredible looking. Volume 1 is Deku All Might, Volume 2 is Bakugo and Deku, Volume 3 is the USJ stuff, Volume 4 we just looked at, Volume 5 is this one, Volume 6 is Ida, Deku, and Stain, 7's Bakugo, 8 is the first exams whenever Deku and Bakugo fight All Might. Have a good one, Tink King. New villain Kunita is like Poison Ivy. Fact also has, yeah, we need to go back and look at that. Volume 9 is from the summer camp stuff, all the summer camp when Bakugo gets stolen. Same thing with 10. 11 is All Might versus All for One. 12 is I don't know what 12 is. It's just all. Oh, it's the license. 13 is Deku and Bakugo again. 14 is Overhaul. 15 is just Deku. 16 is Red Riot Unbreakable. 16 is Mario. 17 is Infinite 100%. 18 is the Performance. 19 is the Star Wars one with Gentle. 20 is the Endeavor Phoenix one fighting High End. 22 is, this image is very blurry, is All the Heroes, all Class 1A. 23 is Class A Battle. 24 is MVA. 25 is Shigaraki's Awakening. 26 is the Endeavor Internship. 26 is Twice and Hawks. 27 is the War. No, 27 is Hawks and Twice. 28 is the War with Aizawa and Shigaraki. 29 is, I'm pretty sure this is Bakugo apologizing to Deku, maybe. No, that's not it. It's Bakugo in the water. I saw the second cover somewhere, but in any case, second cover is just Deku and Bakugo. I'm trying to think what the second Shoto cover could be. Like, if I really had to look at all these covers, Shoto's not in a lot of them. Volume 30 is Dabi pouring the liquid on himself, like revealing himself. Let me do this. Let me get out of images. Have a good one, Tin King. Chapters and volumes. Let me do this. Oh, I didn't need to do that. I need to do this. I'm up it. Yeah, so I'll zoom in. Oh, I didn't do anything. There we go. Volume 33 has to be one of my top 3. Let me see what volume 33 is. Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, this is muscular. Okay. 10. It was like this big. 11, 12, 13. Oh, there's Shoto in the background right there. So if I do this, My Hero Academia volume, which one is that? 13 or 13. I have it back there. I just don't feel like getting up and grabbing it. I mean, I guess so. Kinda. I don't know. All right. 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 20. I love this volume. This cover is one of my favorites. This Endeavor one with Hawks. One of my favorites. This one too, the Gentle one. This is like Corey was on some back-to-back covers. Like this one mimicking Star Wars and this one really good. Shigaraki one's great. This one's great too, the Hawks and Twice. But this one, this Dobby one is fire. This Dobby one is fire. 32 Nagant. 33. I've never seen this cover. Oh my gosh. I never saw this cover. This is one of my favorites. I never saw this cover. Wow. I like the Star one too, just because of her style. Dude, volume 30. I need to look this up. That looks incredible. This looks incredible. Wow. Dude. That's so dope. '32 is going to be out in October. Man, this is this is the first. You're literally looking at my first time seeing this. This is great. My Dark Deku figure is getting shipped out next month, I think. That's the thing, buying stuff from Japan. Like the pre-orders go live like a year in advance. Like I had to go like searching for it in my email because I'm like, did I get duped? I'm like, I bought this thing like 6 months ago. They get shipped out like the middle of June. This one. Dark Deku. Figure. This one. I can't wait for this. I legit can't wait for this thing to drop. I feel like I'm gonna, whenever this volume gets released, I'm gonna make a display for this thing. I feel like I need to. And like how they have like the images, it's this panel. Hold on. It's this panel. Dude, we've been live for an hour and a half. I bought it from wait, let me see. So I don't pull no sensitive information up. Have a good one. Have a good one. Asato Family Shop, right? Is this it? No, it's not. I'd have to pull up my email. Make sure I'm not on stream pulling this up. Okay. I'd have to what do I search for? No, a Taikuji. I bought it from here, but it's I don't think I bought it from here. Bought it from this place. To each its own. You can, it's like whenever you're buying something from another country, you're gonna have to pay for the shipping. They're gonna bend you over for the shipping. So the freaking thing, I don't know if they still have it available. But it was like, I think it was like oh, it's still available. Yeah. Still available. No, this is a poster. This is a poster. That's a poster. I was going to be like, oh, it's still available. But no, it's a poster. Hold on. I have it right here. I paid 12,000 yen for the figure itself. So 12,000 yen is $120 basically. And I paid 50 freaking dollars for shipping itself. I dropped a bag on this. I wanted it so bad though. Like I seen it and I had to buy it. And when I bought this, I didn't have the money for it. I did not have the money for it, but I was like, there's no way I'm not going to get this thing. Like things were tight when I bought this thing. But yeah, it was 12,000 yen and the shipping was 5,300 yen. Total equals out to 17,300 yen. Which puts you at just under $200. Basically $170. And like what's crazy is the thing isn't that big, I don't think. I want to say if I had to take a guess, might be big. Might be this big. Might be. Keyword might be. There's a chance it could be smaller. So comparison, like my hands are not that big. I cannot palm a basketball. Kind of palm a basketball, but I can't. So it's like maybe this big. Oh, let me go full screen. So like this big. It could be this big. Could be. There's a chance it could be smaller. Excuse me. Let me see if I can open up the order. Might be able to tell you. Release date June 2022, so it's gonna ship out next month. Basically like next week possibly. You're gonna make me sign in. I don't want to contact you guys. Yeah. What was that there? Alright, I can close this out. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. But seeing this definitely gives me an idea of how they possibly could like how he's gonna look in the anime. Because when reading it in black and white, it just felt like he was dirty and disgusting and filthy, and it's just like, how do you animate Deku looking like that? And if it's gonna look like this, it works. Like, it works if it's gonna look like this. It's great, man. That's great. All right, real quick, so I can get out of here. I'm hungry. I want to eat food. I can get rid of this. 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 I can get rid of this too. This is why stuff looks weird. I'm zoomed in. I can get rid of this as well. Let me look at 353. It said Fat Gum had flowers growing out of him. Okay, I thought these were just beyond him, but they are growing out of him. Maybe he's been hit, possibly? Because it looks like those possibly could have been like hits and then they're sprouting from it. Wow, I didn't even peep this. Wow. Kunita. I'm peeping. Hold on. He's holding maybe seeds, possibly plants in his hand. So he could just be scattering or throwing. Let me comb through each panel. Let me look at each panel. Well, just really quick and then we'll get out of here. That's not what I wanted to do. Dobby is down. All right. Who was Thick Thighs lady? I don't remember her. So the people at Shoto site were able to take down all the Nomus that were there with them. Really cool. Look at how many wounded there are. Man. Kunita or Gashly. So Kunita is one of his assassins. Gashly must be one of his assassins as well. Because this is Dictator. No, this is Kunita right here, I would like to say. And I would assume Gashly. Yeah, so maybe if we go back to that panel when All For One, where we have the silhouettes of all the people, we could put together who's who, if we can see them possibly. Interesting. All right, zoom again. Let me just zoom in. Where Gang Orca at? I feel like I've seen him. Inetta, Mudman. All For One might spot Deku flying the Shiggy and go after him. There's a possibility. We gotta think the reason why everyone was separate so is that they could have a fighting chance, but the real reason was to get All For One and Shigaraki 6 kilometers away from each other. I'm pretty sure 6 kilometers is the correct number. Is to get All For One and Shigaraki 6 kilometers away from each other, because that's the range of what's the name of that quirk that they've been using to shot? No. You guys know the name of the quirk that allows them to communicate with each other. I think that's the radius. So they're trying to keep them away, but there's no, like, this wouldn't be Japanese shonen manga if Shigaraki and All For One don't somehow, some way connect with each other and throw a complete monkey wrench in the entire plan by actually connecting. Like, that's definitely gonna happen. Ooh, look at the people charging Red Riot is his name, but Kirishima. Goodness, man. Dude, the Shigaraki's arm thingy looks freaking disgusting. I hate it. It's cool, but I hate it. Kunita, he has one of the best villain designs, period. Like, he's up there. He has legit one of the best villain designs. And he's in 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. Freaking dope. What's in his right hand? No, I see. He grabbed the plant. That's how he has the plant in his hand in the panel explaining his name. I'm a Muppet. He grabbed it from this plant behind him. These are totally spider lilies, though. You might be able to figure out what his ability is. You know enough about spider lilies. Depends on what version of the spider lily it is, too. He's with Togun Uraraka? Okay. Spinner's on steroids. Spinner literally is like the same size as Gagan almost. Whenever Gagan starts to like beef up before he gets into super beefcake mode. Finally get the Shoji stuff though. This is gonna be cool. All for One looks like a freaking pedophile in the alleyway. Don't tell him I said that. Got some candy for you. Putting the everything inside of Spinner's mouth as if he's like obtaining it by eating it. It's really cool. Come on, Shoji, give us some good stuff. This panel of him is ridiculous. I like this new look for Ida too. If it is indeed a new look, you go back. And Dabi's getting back up. If Dabi doesn't just blow up and go supernova, he's gonna get back up and keep fighting. And of course, word reached here too. All for One using his abilities like this on his fingers is just so cool. Very clever too. Look at the carnage that's happening all over. That's what's crazy. It's just all of this carnage and then they're up here. They're not that far above them. That's why it's going to be a nightmare to adapt. Dude, freaking this summer is going to be anxiety ridden. And I don't have anxiety. It's going to be tough to like try to prepare each week, like for each episode, because people, it's like the manga readers are going to hype it up for the anime onlys, and then each week it's just going to be like did they do a good job? It's going to be nuts. I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like that. It's going to be a nasty, toxic time. We're going to try to enjoy it as best we can, but it's going to be toxic. I need a better look at Hawks. I need to see like what's assisting him with flying. He says he has metal wings as well, but I'm trying to see exactly where. These are the sheath scabbard. It's not scabbard, the sheath for his katanas. What else does he have that's propelling him? Is it the things that he's placing, the things that his wings are coming out of? Maybe that's what's helping him. Because All for One did say that he needs help in order to be as fast as he used to be. I love his line cut back at him. It's like, I guess we're both crippled then. This Endeavor stuff, this Flame Fist stuff, I gotta take a look at how Black Clover did Cisco Leon, and how her ability has been done in the anime, because that might be a framework for how Endeavor's like Fire Fist stuff could be looking. Because Cisco Leon and Black Clover, a lot of her stuff is like that. She uses like flame apparitions, like magnifications of her fist and blows and everything. So it should be a good reference point for Endeavor with these like big fire fists. Dope, man. Freaking dope. Hawks is perfect support, man. He's perfect support. Just his ability to fill in the gaps. His mouthpiece is crazy, all for one. Just drop that bomb on him. It's like, you never did find Toya's body, did you? It's like thinking of it's like getting to see his face and seeing him rage out is one thing, but knowing how Endeavor never gave up looking for Toya, tried everything. Like, he didn't try, I don't think he tried everything, but he never gave up the hope that his son was alive. So to have like this evil person in front of you just say like, it's basically saying all that time you spent so much time looking for him and you never found him, huh? And who would know that? Like, who would know that information outside of the people in his family? Nobody should know that information. So for him to say that, and you know he's capable of any and everything, it's like it was you. This whole time, you mean to tell me it was you? He knows he could drag some emotion out of you. He really does. Really freaking cool. I still think Endeavor has both of his arms, because if you zoom in here, it's terrible quality. But if let me do this. He's evil. If you look right here, this is his left hand and his right hand is like he's holding his side. So I don't think All For One took his arm in this. I do think he gave him the same wound that he gave to All Might, just to maim him possibly. So I do think that. So I do think Endeavor still has his right arm. If he didn't have his arm, boy oh boy. And Hawks was dead to rights. Hawks was really gonna be like, if All For One comes for me and he kills me, it just gives Endeavor enough time to try to regroup. So be it. That's crazy. And then you got Jiro and Tokoyami showing up. I don't know if one of these kids is gonna go. If none of the kids die, I can hear people complaining. I need to see how it's done. But one of these kids is not making it. I feel like we gotta kill some of the kids. I do. I feel like we gotta kill some of the kids. Like, look at that. Look, I'm on this page, right? This is the last page of the chat. No, see, it did it there. This is the last page of the chapter. If I hit it one time, it goes back 2 pages. Look, it did it again. I recommend Bakugo. No. It's like, you can hate him all you want to. The boy has seen the error of his ways. And he's changed whether you like it or not. Now it's on you on if you want to forgive him. That's why I like how he's been written. It's like you introduced a scummy child, explained why the child was scummy. And then throughout the course of the series, slowly but surely started to redeem him to the point of him actually becoming fully aware of everything that he was doing wrong, realizing what he was doing wrong, seeking forgiveness from the individual that he did wrong to. And now we just need to have a Deku in his right state of mind reinitiate that conversation back with him. So it's like now he's gone through everything, and I don't think Deku never, like, as much as everything Bakugo did to Deku would never I know that I'm just on my soliloquy about Bakugo because there's still people that won't forgive him. I love how Hori put it, he put the ball back in the reader's court. Like, no, the boys realized what he did was completely wrong. It's just like all the reasons why you hate him. It's like, yeah, you had reasons to hate him, and he's realized the error of his ways, and he's apologized, and he's changing, and he's gonna yell. That's his personality. He's gonna yell. You'll never stop him from yelling. Now that we've attached personalities to quirk types, he literally has explosions. So it's like he's never gonna stop yelling. I feel like it might be like impossible for him to stop yelling, as weird as that may be. It's like as long as he has explosions as quirks, I don't think he'll ever stop yelling. That's just something that's gonna happen. But it's just like the ball's in your court now, and then you have to look inside yourself of, oh, do I have an issue with forgiving people if they haven't done anything that's super heinous and super disgusting? Like, can I forgive them if they've seen the error of their ways and they won't, and they're gonna work towards never doing this again? So now when you actually try to vocalize how you feel about a character, it's like, you might need to look inside of yourself just a little bit. I definitely appreciate that. From a writing standpoint. I don't want Bakugo to die. Even though you are right. Like his story arcs are pretty much done. I said the same thing last time about Shoto. Like Shoto's story arc is pretty much finished, and now you can just build upon Shoto's character. But Dabi's not done. Dabi is not done. So a lot of those words that I was saying at the end of the last My Hero stream we did, kind of eating them just a little bit, just kind of eating them. Red Riot. I think you meant to say, like, what about Red Riot? I think so. He hasn't had enough screen time for us to like really had like we've gotten a little bit about him, but his stuff's been done for a while now. I feel, I don't know. He's written as the character that takes the brunt of these devastating attacks to allow openings for other characters to land successful counterattacks. I wonder if, let me see where they're at. Was that this chapter? Oh, it's the next chapter. I need to see where they're at. If everyone doesn't get pulled back together, I need to see where they are. If there was a character to kill, it would suck because Kirishima is billed as unbreakable. Even though we've seen him broken a few times, he's not complete yet. He's unbreakable. He's hardening. He can tank attacks. He can do all of these things. Would it be poetic? Is that the right terminology? For him to use his unbreakable mode and take a fatal blow for someone to allow them to be able to land a successful blow or a finishing blow on another individual? Ida can die. Nah, I don't want Ida to die. It's clear that Kirishima and Nina, like, they have a thing for each other. They have a long-standing history. Like, given enough time, they probably might end up dating. They are on scene with Gigan. So if there comes a situation in which Gigan is activated and he wakes up, I could see it would be like the greatest show. Like, it might be the greatest show of power of any one of the Class 1A students outside of Vadeku. But to have possibly Kirishima head on take something from Gigan, like a blow or a charge from Gigan to save Mina, but succumb in the process, while it opens up a possibility for Gigan to be taken out. Like, I feel like that would be great. I would like that. It would hurt like hell, but I would like that. And Midnight's Killer, he needs to get stomped out judiciously. Like, no mercy. Just open up his mouth, stick it on a curb, and stomp. That's what needs to happen to him repeatedly. Even after you break everything, just keep going. That's very brutal. Sorry. I feel like Kirishima would, like, this is them being on where Gigan is, would be the perfect setup to kill one of the kids. Especially him being there, of all the people. Out of all the people to be where Gigan is, for Kirishima to be there, it would be the biggest show of power from him to be able to tank, like, because he's already tanking. He's already tanked a hit from Gigan, and albeit it wasn't a direct hit. It was a blow from Gigan and from the blowback from Gigan. But for him to go head up with Gigan to possibly save her life or save the rest of the people's lives there, like, for it to be like a true sacrifice, that would be crazy. That would legit be crazy. I could see it happening. Spinner's gonna have, like, if Spinner dies, it's gonna be tragic. It's gonna be very, like, heartfelt and tragic. It's gonna hurt. It really is. Dabi's either gonna wake up like the phoenix from the ashes, or he's gonna blow up. He's gonna, like, self-destruct. You know, it would rip in. Like, what if? Nah, that's too much darkness. What series am I reading? I thought of like a really, like, a bunch of consecutive events, and I'm like, dude, this is My Hero. Like, Hori might want to do this, but he's not gonna do this. Like, what if? Like, I really was sitting here like, what if Dabi, like, arises like the Phoenix, and a last desperation maneuver, like, goes for Shoto or something, or like he starts to, like, self-destruct or something, and to protect everyone from what Dabi's going to do, Shoto sacrifices himself and takes a fatal blow to save Dabi, and they both end up dying together while he saves everyone else that was there. Endeavor finding out that the both of his sons are now dead, and Endeavor going supernova and burning up, and some final atonement, prominence burn, supernova, desperation to land like a near fatal blow on All For One, and he dies. I literally thought all of that, and I was like, what series am I reading? Like, that's not gonna happen. That would be great, but that's not gonna happen. I want Toga to live. Because Toga just wanted to be normal, and she wanted to be normal and accepted, and her quirk and the ignorance of the people around her prevented her to have that. That's why. It's like a very clear thing of, as a parent, it's like if she would have had different parents that would have at least tried to understand where she was coming from, her life would be so much more different. It'd be so much more different. But she had parents that wanted to keep up with the status quo. They were affluent. They needed to do certain things. They had a perception of what normal was, and they forced that upon her. And it literally cracked her up. Any other parent that actually cared about their child, that actually cared about the well-being of their child, Toga doesn't end up the way she is. Life is difficult for her, yes, but she doesn't end up cracked up and out of her mind. She doesn't end up like that. 1000% she doesn't end up like that. This panel of All For One is really creepy because it's so expressive. It literally looks... This panel of All For One literally looks like this one right here. Like, look at it. It's like you can see, like, this is his brow. These are his eyes, where his eyes would be. This is his nose. And then this is his big grin. Like, it's his mask. And this right here, this is his big, gigantic grin. It just looks like he's laughing in your face. It just looks like he's laughing in your face with this gigantic grin. It's disgusting. It's amazingly disgusting. Amazingly disgusting. I'm leaving. I've been here for 2 hours. I'm leaving. It's literally been live 2 hours and 7 minutes. So thank you. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me. There's a good chunk of you here for the whole time. Thank you. We should be back here next Sunday. Hopefully we'll be back here next Sunday. Have a good rest of your day, a good rest of your week. And hopefully, God willing, I see you guys here next Sunday for 355 of My Hero. Hopefully a kid doesn't die. So have a good one. Have a good one. And I'll see you guys. Peace out. Cada